From death threats to full-blown racism on display for the last 24 or so hours directed towards me, you're probably wondering to yourself, how did we get here? How did stuff like this actually happen? Why is my entire feed, or the quote retweets on a lot of my tweets, basically stuff like this? Basically people justifying racism, people saying this isn't racist, etc., or to death threats, etc. You're probably wondering, how did this even happen to begin with, where we have people literally saying stuff like this? Well, it all began with a manga series last week about a fictional story with fictional characters. It all begins with Chainsaw Man chapter 167 and 168. Thanks to my opinion on the said chapters, thanks to how I felt about said chapters and fictional stories, so to speak, people have went out of the way to actively try to defend this said fictional story by going out of their way and sending and hoping that there is harm done to a real living, breathing person. Am I the only one that sees the irony in that? Like, please tell me. I'm not the only one. But, with that being said, I'm just going to be completely blunt. As I said last week, when I made my follow-up video saying I upset Twitter, I'm doing the exact same thing again. If they want to give me free content, they want to just show how nuts and insane they really are, I'm just going to farm them. I'm going to farm them for free YouTube content because, I mean, look, we can point and look at the crazies on full display here, but on top of that, we can just straight up, see the current state of just the community, the Chainsaw Man community, or at the very least, the vocal minority of the Chainsaw Man community. And as I stated in my video last week, I feel like a lot of people that are doing stuff like this legit are actually not readers of Chainsaw Man. They're either those that have seen the series through TikToks or YouTube Shorts or brief little summaries online, or they see it trending in the trending tab and they're like, I want to talk about that to, force myself into the conversation and act like I know everything that's going on and spread an agenda or a political message, so to speak. That is what I truly believe has been going on with this series, and I feel like a lot of other series do experience this as well. Like, you can chalk this up with JJK, One Piece, etc. I know this definitely happens with those stories. But we get into this point, and it's honestly such a weird feeling having full-blown racism directed at myself. Like, I'm in legitimate shock that all of this is from Chainsaw Man. I'm in a good headspace now, to be completely blunt. I mean, last year, if this would have happened, maybe I would have reacted differently, but thanks to me just, being better mentally and having a girlfriend for the last 7 months, it's really just been there for me and, helped me get so much better. Maybe this would have affected me, but in reality at this point, I'm more or less just laughing looking at this because it's just like, wow, the people that are saying this are the exact same people that will advocate for certain political ideals and trying to defend people, but they'll turn around and do the very thing and be absolute hypocrites. I'm just going to be completely blunt here. There is just so much hypocrisy on display with these people. It is just ridiculous. Like, I knew Twitter was insane. Like, I've experienced my fair share of death threats over the years. But to actually see racism and how people try to justify it and say that it is legitimately not racist is just crazy. Like, do I really care at the end of the day? Some of the things I laugh at. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, what this person says here, why are you offended? It's the funniest ever. Be honest with you, I laughed. I did laugh. But at the same time, I think trying to water this down, and obviously at the end of the day, it is racism. When you use a derogatory or a slur that is trying to basically be thrown at someone of a person of color, regardless of, if they're white or not, it is racism. It is definition textbook racism. And with people basically doing this, it pretty much is just like, do you not see what you're doing? Are you really this dumb to actually not see that, yes, this is in fact racist? And when you confront them with it, they basically say one or two things. They say either, A, you can't be racist to white people. That's legitimately what these people have said. You can go in and look at these individuals and you can actually see what they say. They actually say this. There is people that legitimately say stuff like this, or they'll try to say it's because they're privileged, they deserve this. And it's just like, wow. Wow. So, we are justifying full-blown racism and death threats because of a fictional story, and because I'm apparently white. That is nuts. It is actual nuts. So, yeah, It's honestly surprising just how commonplace this is now, where you have people literally saying stuff like this. It's not actual racism when it is. And I cannot believe Chainsaw Man, a story about basically just a kid having a lot of problems, going through life, trying to live life to his fullest and have a normal life, has caused normal people on Twitter to react like this. I mean, holy crap. Um, if there is one thing that this whole debacle does show me, okay, regardless of anything, it does show me that violence, gore, full-on massacres with characters within stories, that's straight up, don't worry about it. They'll straight up stand, fanboy, fangirl certain characters and all that, but when there is some form of sexualized act within that said story, no, we gotta stop that right there. We can't do that. We gotta virtue signal, stand on a moral high ground, and we gotta make sure that this stuff is not allowed. I can't believe we're at that point in society where we'll try to justify violence and stuff, but when it comes to any form of sexual content in nature, that's a no-go. And it gets into people being crazy like this. It's just like, I don't know how we even got here, but, yeah. Anyways, I wanted to talk about it, make a free video, free content for myself, but, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, as for their names being shown, I'm not censoring them, because these are the type of people that honestly should be shamed. Like, I feel like this should go onto the internet history to show these type of people just how wrong and evil they really are, and just be... Honestly, I wanted to call out this hypocrisy. But, anyways, you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. I'll see you guys tomorrow for whatever video I make. Be safe, stay healthy, and I love you guys. Chibi out.